Good morning, my lovely ladies. How are you guys? It's been a day or so since I've been filming. So I've been very busy and just doing a lot of research and some other marketing things and reaching out to a bunch of people. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. It's like kind of like sort of like my day off today, kind of like sort of like but we are going to do a little makeup. It's kind of dark today. It's rainy. It's dark all day long, and it just is kind of yucky for filming. But we're just going to wing it, and we're going to just go with it. And so I'm going to put on a little makeup, and we're going to go in the kitchen, and we're going to make some macaroni and cheese for tonight. And I'm also going to talk to you about your BMI, your body mass index. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to read you a poem that I got off of Google and I thought it was kind of nice. And I like to bring you guys things like that. It kind of can inspire you to want to do better and to get healthier. And, however, I mean, everybody's different. So it can inspire you in one way or another. Because some of those poems do me. They inspire me to do my best and to eat more vegetables and to really watch what I'm eating and things like that. So I'm hoping that it can inspire you as well. So thank you to all my new subscribers. I am really thrilled that I've got some new subscribers, especially today. I think I got like 3 or 4 new subscribers today, and I'm really thankful and grateful. We have a long way to go to hit 1,000 subscribers. So, and the majority of the people that are watching my videos are not subscribing, they're not liking, and they're not subscribing. So please go ahead and hit that little bell icon, and you get notified when I post a new video each and every week or whatever day. It's been sometimes daily, and sometimes it's a little bit, at least a few times a week anyway. So let's go ahead and put on a little bit of makeup. We're not going to do a whole lot because I'm not going anywhere today. So I just wanted to I like bringing you these kind of makeup videos because it really sets the tone for being, really down to earth with you guys and honest with you guys, and just you getting to know me. Because if you want to hire a coach and you want to know them, right? You want to get to know them. So, just a little bit of background about me. I'm married. I have 2 adult boys. One's married, one lives on his own. They bought a new house last year. They have a baby on the way. I believe it's due at the end of this month in March. So, it's very exciting for me to be a grandmother. So, it's going to be something new for me, and I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful feeling. And so, I'm excited about that, and I just pray that the baby's healthy and all goes well. So yeah. And then I live on 20 acres. We live on a sand dune. It's all of our yard is sand and natural, and it's a large piece of property that we have trails that we walk, and we do gardening. We are setting up a greenhouse, and we just have a lot of different things going to help us be healthier, right? And so we love the outdoors. We live pretty close to the beach where we can go to Lake Michigan, and we can walk the beaches in the evenings and things like that. We can go there and sunbathe during the day. I love to go to the beach. And so yeah, and I love gardening, I love baking, I had a sewing business for 25 years. And I like to sew, I like to do crafts, I like to junk shop, I like to go to resale shops and find things, and just all kinds of fun things. So I like doing that. I like finding different antique dishes and different things that I can make delicious food and put it in there and take photos and things like that. And just it's really exciting to me, fun to me. And so yeah, so I like to entertain. I like to let's see what else. I like to eat healthy. Real sure why, but we're going to just continue. Okay, we did lose audio there for a second, but we're going to continue and see if we can keep this going. The weather is not the greatest today, so bear with me, and let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and just put on a little bit of makeup today, just a little cover up, basically. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our vitamin C serum. We're going to put some of that under our eyes. And I do think that it's helping because I really had like starting to get some of those lines on the side. I mean, I still have them, of course, but I do believe it is working its magic, helping a little bit. And every little bit helps, right? None of us are perfect, and what we can do to improve ourselves is always a good thing. So we're just going to kind of go with it here. Got a little too much, so I'm just kind of putting it in. Okay, my face is very dry, so we're going to use some of this hibiscus and honey firming cream. This really makes your face feel tight. It makes it feel really good. And it's not very expensive. And there's all kinds of brands and things that you could use. Maybe you like the little more expensive brand, that's fine too. Whatever you prefer, right? I just use the less expensive version of brands. That way I feel I can like buy more dresses or or do more fun things, right? So I don't get all wrapped out into, huge sorry, I had to scoop my little stool over. Um, like brandy type products, that you're selling those. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do a little moisturizer. So we have this one here, L'Oreal. It's very translucent, so you get more on your finger than you think you do. So it stretches a long way. And this makes my face feel so hydrated and so nice. So the last couple weeks we've been working on our double chin, our cheeks here, on our neck. We've been working on this area, and we've been working on our upper arms a little bit. We're going to continue that through March, and then when April comes, we're going to pick another area on our body that we're going to really focus on. So we'll pick two more areas of our body that is in need of love. It's in need of some maybe hydration, or maybe more exercise, or whatever it may be, the cause. And we're going to work on that. So we try to, each month pick a couple different things that we want to improve about ourselves, and then we're going to go from there. So this month until the end of the month of March, we're working on our neck, our neck here, our cheeks and neck, making this look much better, younger. I don't have all those wrinkles. It's getting much firmer. And I've been working on my upper arm, so doing a little bit more weights and a little bit more hydration, things like that. So that's really been helping. And so let's move right along here. We're going to go ahead, and I still did not buy a foundation. I might just use concealer today because that foundation is really, I added some little oil to it. It's not the greatest. So we're going to use a little concealer. So we're going to put a little bit down our nose. Going to put a little under our eyes here, maybe a little here, and maybe a little here. And then we're going to, this was the lighter one. This is the new one that I bought from ASOS. Is very inexpensive. I believe it was like $4.99 or I thought it was four something. But inexpensive. And so I bought that one from that place. And then we're going to use a little darker one that I have. This one's a little darker. We're going to use this one on the side of our nose. And then we're going to use it up here, just kind of outline our eyebrows a little bit. Get those boogers to tone in a little bit, blend in a little bit. And then here we have some little blemishes, so we're going to just kind of bring it up a little bit there, maybe here. Something a little different. And then let's just rub this in. I'm going to do this lighter portion, making sure to really try to keep the lighter portion where it belongs, right? And then the darker, blend in the darker. And since we're not going to put on a foundation, we're just going to do the concealer today. We're really going to try to blend it as much as we can in the other areas of our face, just because we're only going to do the concealer. I think that looks pretty darn good. Not too bad. I didn't do anything with my hair today. I took a shower and I just kind of pulled it all back because I've been doing a lot of busy work. We moved a lot of furniture around today. My son was here to help us. We moved a lot of furniture around, and I got a different little dresser, taller, bigger dresser in my bedroom that matches my other big dresser to put my husband's clothes in. He had a smaller dresser. We moved that upstairs to our other bedroom that we are remodeling, and we're putting in a brand new bathroom and making it into a suite so we can like have our friends stay over, or we can eventually have another bedroom, which we had another bedroom but it didn't have a bathroom, so this will be much nicer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use some of this kind of this what is this bronzing powder stuff here. My brushes are so fluffy from washing our brushes the other day. They're just so like kind of puffed out. So we're going to use a little bronzing powder, a little bit down here. Really helps to have a little darker color, and it kind of makes it seem a little slender, I think. I think it really helps to slim down the face. And then on the sides of our nose, do a little there, and then maybe a little up here by our bushy eyebrows. Kind of blends our eyebrows in really nice. So I like that for that. And then we'll do a little eyeshadow. We don't have to get all wrapped out about it. I'm going to use this different little brush today, eyeshadow. It's hard when you can't see. I'm so blind. I'm going to do the lighter color underneath. And then you can just kind of blend it. Take the back of the brush and just kind of blend it. Just kind of softly. Kind of opens those eyes up, makes them appear a little brighter, a little bigger. All right, then I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to kind of wipe it and then use this lighter pink here for the top. And just kind of blend it towards the eyebrow. That looks pretty. It looks nice. So I wonder if you guys have big plans for the weekend. You guys are doing something fun, something nice. I'm going to take the back of the brush and kind of blend it towards the edge. There. That looks real nice. And then we got a little blush here somewhere. You know, I don't see my blush. I see my, oh, here it is. It fell down. Here it is. Put that back. And find another little blush. Look how puffy. Nice and clean. That was a good feeling, getting my brushes cleaned. And use a little of this and just really light. Very nice. Pretty nice. Pretty dark in here, isn't it? It's getting dark out. Okay, let's just do a little liner. It's a good feeling when you have your makeup on and you feel like all together, right? Even though I'm not going to see anybody today, I don't think. Makes you feel good, right? All right. Very nice. I don't think I'm going to do mascara. Might just put a little smackaroo on. And my husband will give me a nice big kiss. Pretty nice. All right. And then just a little lippy stick. This makeup needs wiped off a little bit. Just got a little, hate when it gets all junky. All right. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. I think that's all we're going to do. We're going to do a little serum spray because I love the smell of this stuff. Smells so good. You're not supposed to inhale it either. You're not supposed to smell it, but oh my gosh, it feels so good. Lemon. Makes my bedroom smell good too. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do today. I have no earrings in or anything. We're just like plain Jane today. So I hope you guys don't mind. We're just like been hanging out, just doing some computer work, some research, some marketing, some stuff, and we're just kind of plain Jane today. And I hope you guys don't mind. I give it to you real, right? I'm gonna give it to you real. No fake, no fake anything here. All right, we're gonna talk today about BMI, and I'm learning this stuff as I go with this BMI because I am not a professional. I'm not a doctor, dietitian, nutritionist, trainer, any of that stuff. So I'm learning this stuff as I go. And what I think is helpful to me is surely going to be helpful to you as well. So that's why I want to bring you guys this stuff. And so it can help you. You learn right along with me, right? No BS, right? We're going to bring it to you how we see it. So, body mass index, BMI, body mass index. Okay. So, if your BMI is 18.5, 18.5, 18 and a half, whatever, to 25, it falls within the heavy weight range. If your BMI is 25 to 30, it falls within overweight range. And if your BMI is 30 or higher, it falls within the obesity range. So I didn't know a lot of that. I didn't know that there's like different levels of um the fat count to your what it is the fat count. So we're going to read about that here in a minute. To calculate your BMI is a measurement of your body fat based on height and weight. So you can calculate your BMI, which I did. I went on a couple different, I'm going to have that in here too. Blurry glasses. Let's see. So my BMI was 27.8. So, and Google says it takes 15 minutes before your brain to get the message that you have been fed. So had that stuck in here because in my notes because I was researching this. So when you change the way you think about weight loss, it can help you be more successful in your efforts. You have to want it and really desire the better health. Even if you lose a small amount of weight, it can still have a big impact on your health in a positive way. So, but we're going to get more into this BMI here. So this reference, that was reference from Google, the first one that I just read about the BMI. Now this one is humankinetics.com, and this is normal range for BMI. Body fat is really body fat storage. So how much body fat you have stored on your body, right? So 3% for men, 12% for women is the what they would like to see, what they would like to see you have, right? So women is higher because of childbearing and hormone functions. So the total body fat percentage that's essential in fat storage in between 12% and 50% for men, and for women it is between 25 and 28 for young women. My body mass index is around 27. That was on this other, so on Google it was when I put in my height and weight, it came up as 27.8, which is probably about right. And then this one, when I punched it in, this one was even nicer on this humankinetics.com. Human kinetics.com. Human connect, I can't say it right. Human, it's not kinetics, but it's kinetics. I can't say it. Anyway, however, we are moving on. So my body mass index around 27 and is acceptable, but I want it to be much better. So I want my body mass index to be much better. You know, if I can get it under 20, I think that would be really great for me right now, right? If I can get it way down. So I need to get my BMI under 20% to be healthier. And then for your age, over 50, being female, should be 16 to 25 BMI. You can go to www.humankinetics.com to read the full article, and it has the free tool there, and so does Google. You can go there and you can punch in. What I like about this kinetics one is that you can punch in your waist, your wrist measurement, your forearm, and I think there was another something that you punch in, and your weight and height, and it really gives you more of a complete answer, a result. I think it's a little better than Google. And so mine came back on this one as 27%. So still really high. And when I was obese, more overweight, I'm sure it was like over 30. I'm sure when I was 186 pounds, I think I started out at. And so now I'm down to about 147, or I got to get my scale batteries replaced so I can weigh in. I know I've been losing, but I don't know. But I got to get my scale. I told my husband the other day I need to get them batteries changed, so I can continue to keep weighing myself. I used to weigh myself almost every day, and I got to get that thing fixed. So you can also go to active.com and put in your waist and other circumferences to get your body mass index right away. That's what I did. So it was active.com. And so that's another one. And that one really, I liked that one. And I will refer that one in my program, in my written program that I offer for obese people. I have a 90-day program that I walk people through to get the results that I got. I lost 40 pounds, and I'm still on my journey. I still have I'd like to lose another 25 or so pounds, and to where I really feel good. And so I will add that to my program, because I think it's important when people start to not only see them as themselves as being, overweight, and I hate the word obese. I don't hate anything, but you know what I'm saying. Um, but when they go and do this, it really sets the tone, like, wow, my body mass fat, my body mass index, the fat that I'm storing on my body that I'm carrying around with me everywhere I go. When I go shopping, I'm getting wore out. When I go and do housework, I have to sit down after a short time. All these different things, these functional things that you want to do and need to do to take care of yourself, to be self-sufficient. When you start to think about how much weight, how much fat you're actually storing, it takes your mind to another level. Like, wow, I don't want to be like that. That's how it was for me when I did this last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's really bad. That's like suffocating myself, with this fat, this weight, and so I like I'm really trying harder. It made me to like really, it connected something, it clicked, like I want to be better than this. I want to be much better than I am, right? And when I was younger, I was, very thin and just so active, loved sports, loved played baseball, played basketball, just loved all these different sports and doing all this stuff, and I had no problem with it until after I had children, and then I started sitting at the sewing machine for my career was sitting at a sewing machine every day, and running my own business and taking in alterations all day long and just sitting at that machine and sitting at the machine day and night. Then the pounds just started packing on, and it was always like, what can I grab to go sit at my machine, because I have to get this stuff done to make money, so I was eating at my machine for my lunch because I needed to hurry up and get the pace going, and that's when I really packed the pounds on, and then I didn't get any exercise, so that's how it goes, so to reduce your BMI, your body mass index, you want to reduce your daily calorie by choosing lower calorie foods. So you want to do that. You want to choose lower calorie foods. Now, if you are feeling like I was feeling a while back, I was feeling really like I was feeling this ringing like stuff in my ears, noise in my ears. And just like when I would get up and then I'd feel my heart go faster, and just different little things was happening to me, and when I started getting on more, and so I read up about it, and it's like your what do they call it? Nitric, nitric. I don't know if I have it in here. Nitric oxide, I believe it is. Nitric oxide, was that it? Let me see if I can find it in my notes that I researched this weekend. Um, Nitric oxide, I think that's what it is. Boy, where did I put that? But anyway, you need to eat more greens, more green veggies, and more green. So I started adding more spinach and broccoli and stuff to my diet, and it went away. So it's really, I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on nitric oxide, nitricoxide, the holy grail of dieting. So low carb diet, no, and we're gonna talk about that. I'll talk about that when I get done with this, because that's important too. What I looked up this weekend. So I like to bring you guys everything, because it's so helpful when you know some of this stuff. You can do so much better. You know what to avoid. You know what to add. Right? It's just so cool to me. All of this is just so cool to me. So number one, we're talking about reduce your calorie intake by choosing lower calorie foods, like more lettuce and more spinach and more carrots and more, all these foods that can really really help you, right? um the lower calorie foods. So have those available for yourself. So number two was avoid diets that say fast results, because with rapid results comes crash diets, and they are not long-term solutions for healthy lifestyle. We want a dieting plan. We want a dieting program that is for the rest of your life, right? That you start on today, that takes you through the rest of your life. And it's an eating plan that is more nutritious, more healthy than what you've done before. Different ways to cook foods, different ways to eat healthier foods that you can put in your diet that you will love, and cook them in a way that you love, that satisfies you, and you can use that for the duration of your life. So that's what we want for long term, right? It's a lifestyle, it's long term. So, number three is to get more exercise in a day, move your body more. So, even if you are way overweight and you can hardly do any exercises, you can do some chair exercises and you could do some floor exercise if you can get on the floor and back up again. Because I talk to people, they're like, I can get on the floor, but I can't get back up, you know? Um, so it just depends on you and your situation, which is fine, but just find some movement that works for you. Any type of movement, right? So even if you are bound to a chair, start some exercises in the chair, like raising your arms, moving from side to side, moving back and forth. Raise your feet if you can. Just, whatever it is, just get some movement somehow, right? So, number four is to eat more fiber rich foods and drink lots of water. So add healthy proteins and healthy fats to keep you fuller longer. So I noticed if I have more fat in my diet, I wasn't eating hardly any fat. I added some healthier fats back into my diet after I lost the 40 pounds, and it kept me satiated and satisfied longer. So, have a quarter of an avocado, have a half of an avocado, things like that. You can take two halves of avocado for your lunch and put some tuna in the middle of the circles, right? And maybe on a bed of spinach, and then add some little cherry tomatoes around it and some olive oil and eat that. Oh my gosh, that will keep you satisfied for a good 3.5 to 4 hours. And it's delicious, right? So you just have to find different ways to eat, right? That keep you satisfied. So, like avocados are really high in fat, they're high in calorie. So, you have to watch that. If you're counting calories, you have to watch. Like, I try to only have a quarter of an avocado unless I'm having it as my lunch. Then I'll eat a whole avocado, like a stuffed avocado, put cottage cheese on it, or I'll put, um, tuna or some leftover salmon, or, different things like that where I'm getting some protein along with it. So you want to get some protein. So seeds are really great. I just started adding some seeds back into my diet because I have to watch it. So I can have hemp seed so far. And I do have some flaxseed, but I have not added it back into my diet yet because I want to make sure that I go like a whole week and only have that one extra food. So I know, like, if I'm going to be allergic to it, then I know that it come from that one food, right? Don't want to change my diet any other way. That's how you weed out the foods that you may be allergic to. So, and then you can add some little Greek yogurt. It's nice to make your own yogurt. It's so much better. And then nuts. You can add some nuts to your diet as well. So then these topics came up while I was searching this BMI. And it says, like, for some people, like if you're really heavy, you're really overweight, you get hungry more often than someone like my size, right? Now, I only eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, sometimes a snack at 3 or 4 o'clock if I'm going to go walking long distance. But not every day I have that snack. So, and then after 7 o'clock at night, I don't have anything, just water, 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 right? But some people who are way overweight and you're just getting started on a diet, when you just get started, you get hungry faster. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can wait 4 hours and this is all I had, because you're probably not eating right and you're not choosing the right healthy foods, because then it will get you to where you can go the 4 hours and make it to the next meal. But for some of you that can't do that yet, maybe you're diabetic, maybe you have some other health issues, whatever the case, we still love you to death. We just love you, but it takes some little extra caution here, right? This is what it says. So spread your food out over the course of the day if you have to, so you don't feel hungry and you're not starving yourself. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to put your metabolism on hold. You won't want to stop it from losing weight, right? You don't want to slow it down. So if you start starving yourself and you're not eating enough calories, you're going to slow it way down. You're going to hold on to all the food. You're going to hold on to it. So you want to make sure that you are eating. So for instance, these are some suggestions that they suggested. And so one is to eat every 2.5 hours some small meal. That doesn't mean you have a whole three-course meal, right? You just have some little thing, right? Like maybe you have a little half a cup of yogurt and some granola on top with some nuts, something like that. Or maybe you have a quarter of an avocado on one piece of um, a rye bread, right? Rye toast or something. And then maybe put some microgreens on top, or some little cherry tomato, or some shredded carrot or something like that. So that could be, something like that. You can get by, right? And so then the other option, they said to eat 3 times a day and two snacks. That's what I do. Well, I don't have the two snacks. I don't have the morning snack because I usually have a sugar-free hot chocolate, or I usually have a pumpkin latte. And so I get plenty of calories from that. So I don't have that morning snack because I like my lattes too much. So a lot of days I'll skip and just have a plain tea, and then I may need something, but most of the time I just have my breakfast, which is usually yogurt, blueberries, and a little oatmeal on top, and a little raw oatmeal, and a little cashew or hemp seed, something like that. That's what I usually have for breakfast. And then I skip in all the way until lunchtime, which my lunchtime has been later. I don't know why, but like 1 o'clock or so. I get busy. So then at 1 o'clock ish or so, then I have my lunch, which is usually some sort of a salad, some sort of a green, or I love my frozen vegetables right out of the freezer. So like this morning, I had leftover vegetables from last night for my breakfast, which was a little bit of broccoli with peas mixed together. So that's what I had for my breakfast this morning. So it just is what you're choosing. That's where it's at. It's what you're choosing. So then the third option was to eat 6 meals that are tiny but mighty, protein packed and veggie hearty. So you could do that. So you could eat 6 small meals a day if you're really overweight. And you could just have maybe, half a cup of half a cup of, what do you want to have? Maybe I don't know, half a cup of oatmeal, maybe some, fruit on top, a little bit of fruit on top, berries, fruit on top, not those big huge bananas, because in the ancient days the bananas were only about that big, and now our bananas are huge, and we're getting way too many calories and too much sugar for those. And if you eat green bananas, they're less sugar. So if you are diabetic, you should be eating green bananas, not the ripe bananas, because the sugar content as they age goes up, up, up. So you have to be careful. I cut off with a knife, just whack it. And I have like a quarter of a banana once in a while, but I try to stay away from bananas unless I'm making like in the evening after dinner, I'll make like I freeze my bananas when they start to go ripe and I don't know what to do with them. I freeze them, so I'm not like making breads and all that fattening stuff. So I freeze them, and then I can pull them out and I can whip them up in my blender or whatever, and I can make a nice creamy ice cream out of them. So I'll do that. But you just want to watch what you're putting on your stuff. But you could find some really great little snacks, that are less calorie. So, but this is important that you eat when you are healthy, right? So, when you feel hungry and depleted, you want to eat. And then make sure to listen to your own body, not what someone else is doing, not some other diet plan that someone else is on. You listen to your body. When you're hungry, you're hungry. And even if you eat something small, right? You go ahead and eat something small, and make sure that you're listening to your body, because everyone is different. Everyone has different health issues, or different calorie intake that they should be taking in, different types of calories. So just listen to yourself and manage your health and food intake that meets your needs, needs, not my needs, your needs, right? So that's very important. So we're going to take a little break. So now we're going to go on just a little bit to this nitric oxide that I was really reading and listening to a lot of doctors this week about this. Um, and it really helped me and it really opened my eyes to some things. So this nitric oxide is really the dark green vegetables that I was telling you about. So you may need more of these, right? So you want to make sure that you are eating some of these, especially if you're hearing like the ringing in the ears and different things. You want to make sure that you eat a lot more greens, a lot more green vegetables. It can be lettuce, spinach, broccoli, peas, green beans, asparagus, all these leafy. And I don't usually mention like greens or like what's the other one called? Because I can't have there's another name, another kale. I can't have kale. So you could have that. That's wonderful too. So just so you're getting some greens and make sure that you are you know, eating up on those. Um, Another thing is I was listening to how your mouth bacteria somehow has something to do with like your cardiovascular system. So that's what they were talking about. So they were saying to not use like all them different mouthwashes that have fluoride. That I just threw my toothpaste away. My toothpaste had fluoride. I just threw it away. I just made myself a new toothpaste. I put it in a little bowl with a little plastic Ziploc bag over it, and I use that now. And what it is, it's baking soda, um, coconut oil, and I put some spearmint leaf in there from my garden. So, and I whipped it up, and it's not bad. It's not bad. And I use that. So that's what I've been using for the last 2 days when I read some of this stuff. So you might want to take out a sheet of paper and write some of this stuff down. I'm going to give you some recipes for toothpaste and mouthwash. So your microbiome, um, the bacteria that's in your mouth, you want to keep really good bacteria in your mouth, healthy bacteria. And when you use those fluoride toothpaste and those mouthwash, it takes away your good bacteria. When it says it gets rid of germs, it gets rid of every germ, right? It gets rid of all the germs, even the good germs. So you want to make sure that you are switching it out a bit, and my husband, he uses a lot of mouthwash, and I was telling him about this, and he's like, I'm cutting way back, I'm not doing that. He said, I do it like I'm doing it way less, but I'm going to keep it. I said, well, you do what you're going to do, but I'm not using it. So you can rinse your mouth out with salt water and get rid of a lot of that bacteria or whatever, if you feel you have bacteria. Anyway, so they were saying about different things that help with um your what were they saying, what helps with your cardiovascular and your um what was it, your cardiovascular and all that, and to help make more um nitric oxide. So they were saying what helps with that is to physical exercise, aerobic exercise, healthy microbiome, resistance exercise, like in using a little bit of weight. Doesn't have to be heavy weights, but just a little resistance, or those bands, that you can use for exercise, which contracts the muscles. Weight training for 10 to 15 minutes a day helps make nitric oxide. So dark green leafy vegetables. Um, let's see. You don't want to disrupt your oral flora. Get rid of your mouthwash and start eating something or using something. So he's saying to do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio every day, and you don't have to do it like all together. Just, do 10 minutes, do 15 minutes, and another 15 minutes, something like that. Just to keep moving and getting stuff going, right? So the secret of nitric ice oxide, this all come from reference from Dr. Nathan Bryan. He's on the internet. He has videos. He has all kinds of stuff. He's very interesting to listen to, and I really liked him. So here is a toothpaste recipe. So I have two toothpaste recipes and two mouthwash recipes. So here's the first toothpaste recipe. You guys are ready. Okay. So 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 drop of essential oil. Make sure that it's one essential oil that is to digest, to ingest, not one that's for perfume, because there's two different kinds. Okay. So make sure it's one that you can actually eat. um, and then add a few drops of water. And so you mix that together and you make a toothpaste out of that. The second toothpaste is 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and 10 drops of mint oil extract. So you want to make sure that it is the one that you can eat. And that's the one that I did, but I didn't have the mint oil drops. So I used regular mint leaf, spearmint leaf that I had from my garden. So it's a little bit was a little flaky in there, but now that it's in that mixture, it kind of moistened up and it's creamier now. So it turned out okay. And then for the mouthwashes, so you can use here we go with the mouthwash recipe, the first one. So lemon juice, and it didn't say for how much. Um, and then a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 5 teaspoons of honey, 1 cup of warm water for the mouthwash for that one. And then here's the second mouthwash: 1 cup of water, 4 teaspoons of baking soda, 4 drops of peppermint oil, for your mouth that you can ingest. It's good. And then spearmint leaf. So that's where I got the idea of the spearmint leaf, because I grow that. I have oodles of it, and sometimes don't know what all to do with it other than make tea. So, um, now this is another thing that I looked up, and I'm just kind of going on and on here, but I hope that you appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you appreciate these recipes or not, because otherwise I won't take the time to bring them to you, because I'm just learning this stuff and I like it for myself. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about this one. So when they were saying about they had some of these supplements that he sells, that the doctor sells online. They have these supplements that he sells. And I wasn't going to go there and buy more supplements or buy any of this products at this time anyway. But so I started really researching like this nitric oxide and this cell thrive that he was talking about, and this LC 10 TINE that he was talking about. And I wanted to know, well, what are they? Like, they have to be some sort of herbs or spices or something. It has to come from the earth somehow for it to be healthy for us. So what is it? What is it? So I started researching this, and what I found out is and he had these supplements that were for a blood pressure reduction tea, right? So I started reading up and researching and all this. So I found what nitric oxide uh, products were. What were they? Right. So nitric oxide were green leafy vegetables, dark chocolate, garlic, blueberries, beets, citrus fruit, pomegranate. Pomegranate helps you to clean your blood, your circulatory system, your blood. I don't know if they call it arteries or if they call it veins or what have you, but it's supposed to clean. You can even use like pomegranate juice, but I can't find one that's regular pomegranate juice that doesn't have added sugar. So once I find it, I'll get that, but I'm just going to get some pomegranates. But anyway, nuts and seeds, which I eat every day, some sort of nuts and seeds, and then red wine. So if you don't want to overdose yourself on red wine and have a whole glass of red wine. He says that you only need about a quarter of a cup or a half of a cup of red wine to actually get the benefits of the wine. So that's all you want is the benefits. Not if you go overboard, then it does the opposite to your heart and to your health, right? So then the cell thrive thing that he was talking about, what I looked up and what I kept finding was, and I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is true. So don't quote me on this. I don't know if this is true. But it says that it was a parsley. So if it was a parsley, and then the CLC thyme was thyme, so that's a herb too that I grow. So I put together this tea that is, you could do one that is garlic, parsley, and thyme. It's a tea. Or I did one just the other day. It was delicious. It was orange slices, fresh orange, a whole orange. I sliced it up, put it in there. I had orange, parsley from my garden, and thyme from my garden. And you know what? I felt so much better after I drank that tea. And I had a little bit of it this morning. And today I felt like more clear, like more like coherent, more like, I don't know. I don't know if it works. And I don't know if my research is correct. And I don't know anything. But it just got me to research this, and so it was just interesting to me, so I just kept taking it further and further and further, and like finding out, well, like what really is in there, what is it, so I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's right, but I know that the orange, parsley, and thyme tea tasted delicious, and if it is able to help us, more power to us, right? There doesn't seem to be anything harmful there. It's just orange, parsley, and tea, orange, parsley, and thyme, and you just make a tea out of it. And I mean, if you're allergic to those things, of course, don't eat them. But what can it hurt? I don't know, and I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's correct in my research or not. I don't know, but I'm trying it. That's all I can say. I'm trying it. It's worth a try. So, anyway, we're going to go into the kitchen and we're going to see what kind of trouble we can get into. Hopefully, my husband won't come in just barreling in, and he'll actually know that I'm on film if I'm on film there. So we'll see what happens. Please like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys here. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I love bringing you stuff that I'm learning, stuff that helps me on my journey, stuff that I can add to my program that can help other people. And if you are in need of a coach and you're in need, I'm not going to give you the whole spiel. But anyway, I'm here for you guys. Okay, let's go. Okay, you guys, we have our water boiling here, and I have 1.5 cups of um, penne pasta. This is a whole wheat pasta. So we're going to put that in the water. We're going to get this boiling and get this done. I'm going to grab a spoon. And I'm basically just making enough for today, like, not making enough for like a week or whatever, or for a bunch of people. I'm just making enough for me and my husband to have a little bit tonight. That's it. It's not, I wouldn't say it is diet friendly really, but it's just something I've been so hungry for, so I'm going to try a little bit of a different recipe, and we're going to see how it turns out, right? And I probably should have well, we'll just see how it goes. So we just need to get our noodles done. And once the noodles are done, we're going to put in 1/8 of cream cheese. And this is like a mac and cheese, but I'm trying to do it a little bit healthier way as much as I can. And then I have goat cheese here. So I have, what is it? I have, what was it? 56 grams of goat cheese. I have 1.5 cups of peony noodle. I have 1/8 of cream cheese. And then we're going to be adding a little turmeric to get the color, to get the orangey color. We're going to be adding a little bit of that in there. So what I need to do now is to crunch some um, cashew, and I have some little breadcrumbs that I'm going to put in my electric pan, in my electric oven, and I'm going to cook those. And then once this gets done, we're going to put it in a pan, and then we're going to put these on top of there, and then we may bake it for just a little bit. So I'm going to grab some cashew in a rolling pin. Let's see here. Don't mind all my husband's snacks down here. I'm going to just move them aside. And then I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup cashew. And that's what we're going to mix with our one breadcrumb, our one slice of breadcrumb. It was actually a heel, so they're a little bit thicker, but so we have that. And then to make it healthier, you could add some spinach to this, which I believe I'm all out, or you could add some broccoli to it to make it a little bit more healthy and to make it stretch maybe a little bit further. So I have 1/4 cup of crushed broccoli here. Put these back over here. And then I'm going to add them to I have my breadcrumb here on the pan, which is just one slice of rye bread, and it's just crumbled up. And then we're going to add the cashew to this. And just kind of spread it out. Okay. And then I'm going to turn on my oven, my little oven in the other room. I'm going to turn that on, and then we're going to put this in there for just a few minutes. And that won't take very long because there's not very much to it. So I'm going to take my rag down here and wipe up my mess. It is raining cats and dogs outside. Pouring down rain. I'm going to rinse off my rolling pin here. Rag. Yes, it is. All right. Starting to get softer. I love peony pasta. Delicious. It's going to be delicious. It's not very low in cal, so we're going to have to watch how much we have. So let's see here. We have 400 calories in noodle. So 3/4 of a cup, we have 2 3/4 cups. So that is 200 calories each. So that is 400 calories. And then we have 58 grams of goat cheese, which is 220 calories. And then we have a quarter of cream cheese, which is 70 calories. And we have one slice of bread, a rye. Let's see how many calories that is. Rye bread. It sure says one slice. 90. So we have 90 there. Got 90 there. And then we got all cashew. 90 bread. Cashews. We have a quarter cup. One slice of bread. Okay. Quarter cup. And then so cashews are probably right around 95, I believe, something like that. So we got 5. We got 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 875 calories for the whole thing. Now turmeric, I don't know if there's calories in that or not. I don't think much. We're not going to put much in it. Just need a little tiny bit for color. If I had my phone, I'd look it up, but I'm not sure. These will be done in no time here. Okay, you guys, we're going to rinse our pasta. Okay, we strained the pasta, rinsed it off. I'm going to put this back on the heat now. I took my rag. Get rid of this before it gets messed up. And then we are going to put in our cream cheese, a quarter of the package of cream cheese. And this is a third the fat. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to melt that around. To get nice and warm. Oop. Tossed a big noodle down there. I toasted the breadcrumbs and the cashews together. Look how wonderful they turned out. They look so nice. They're going to be delicious. Put that on top when we serve it. I'm also going to put in the 56 grams of goat cheese. Hopefully it will melt around. And then as we stir this, we're going to also make sure our turmeric gets in there and gets incorporated too. Just going to give it a little bit of color. Whoops. Back in you go. Sorry, guys. I'm being a little messy right now. We really have to get the cheese to melt. I hope this goat cheese melts. First time I ever made it with this. And I was going to use like 1/8 of a teaspoon, just enough for some color. This is a 1/4 teaspoon. So we're just going to use a half of this. Ooh, no, no, no. About a half. I'm going to sprinkle this around. Come on, goat cheese, get going. It's probably not the most melty cheese in the world, but it is good for your health compared to the American cheeses or animal type cheeses. Good for your longevity, eating goat cheese. Okay, I think we have most of it all. Have it all melted, incorporated. It's going to be delicious. And I'm going to shut the heat off. And I'm going to put this in a little. Let me get this. A little mess here. Got a clean towel. Right. Got it on my computer a little. Shoot. All right. Now we're going to put this in a dish. Find a dish I want to use. I think I'm just going to make 2 servings. I think that's what I'm going to do. That way, either my husband can have a serving, or I can put the serving in the fridge for my lunch or something tomorrow. So we're just going to do 2 servings. I'm just splitting this up. And this will have sodium because of the cheese. So if you're on a low sodium diet, which I'm supposed to be on, you just want to be a little careful on how you. I'll give him a little more. How you do that? This little portion here. If you have something like this, you want to watch your diet all day to be able to have something delicious like this. Okay. And then we're going to take these crumbs. Probably have more than I'm going to use, but we got to use all of these because we already have it written in our calories. I'm not going to save it and sit around and do what with it. Let it get old. So may as well. It'll be like our one bread, right? At least we have some cashew in there. It'll give it a little bit of health, a little bit of healthy. And if I can get the rest of this on his, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to power it on. Pour it on, power it on. There, I can get my pan washed. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That really made a mess. So I'm going to have that little one. Put the rest of my stuff away. Try to get this hot. I'll have to get down in there and wash that off a little better. But at least we got the majority of it cleaned up. Made a little boo-boo. All righty. Wonderful. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. It is, I think, going to be delicious. I'm going to find some little, vegetable I can eat first before I have this, and kind of go from there and see if I have some little more protein that I can add to this meal. And I'm going to enjoy. So I hope you guys will too. And take care, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye bye now.